G'day folks, welcome to our random broadcast for today, live from Phoenix Rallycross track at the Phoenix Raceway. We're with the Pro 2 Rookie Series, just going to bring you a short fire race here around the Rallycross track and see what they bring us. So, as I said, we're at Phoenix in the USA, at Phoenix International Raceway. It's 26 degrees Celsius on track. Winds are coming in from the north at 1 metre per second. And we've got the qualifying field just getting going here, and we might hand over now to Jason. G'day Jason, how are you going today?
Good, thanks Wayne. Pleasure to be here once again at Phoenix, one of my favourite tracks. A typically fast track with some tricky corners that can make the difference to winning or coming fifth, and a jump that is particularly gruesome on cars. These trucks handle the jumps quite well because they do some very big jumps at the other tracks they do, like Wild Horse, for example. But they're sure as heck fun to drive around here. As we watch Jake take on T1 and a nice sideways glance through there on his qualifying lap. Looks like he's already finished his qualifying, and he has qualified with a 45 second 151, which puts him currently in third position. As we watch Atahan Opagulu, excuse me if I don't pronounce his name correctly, some of these names internationally are a handful. Well, he's certainly got a bit of time. He's skipping over that. He's managed to get around there, but wasn't real clean, so we'll suffer time-wise for that one. As he comes home, it looks like he's actually completed his laps, and he's just doing a bit of practice by the look of it. As we see that Travis has qualified first with 43.9, followed by Andrew with a 44.8, Jake with a 45, Ignacio with a 45.8. And Athan, who we just watched there, he qualified with a 45, and we go back to 48 seconds with Joshua Ruthford in currently 8th position for the grid. Just waiting for a couple of drivers that may be still in the middle of qualifying, or perhaps looking at not even... You know, everybody's here, so sometimes we get some dropouts, people lose connection, they can't make it to the grid, and we'll just see what happens. We've only got another 50 seconds. There we go, we've clicked over. Now we're going to start the race any moment, and we'll wait for the boys to line up on the grid. Wayne, can you take us through the grid?
Yeah, in a second I can. No, I can't because I never got to screenshot it in time. Sorry, everyone's looking at my snipping tool as well. We just got rid of that. That's handy.
Okay, come first is Travis, then Andrew, Jake, Ignacio, Atahan, Joey, Sebastian, Joshua, Oscar, and in car 9, Daniel Chermont bring up the rear. Wait to get to the 30 odd seconds, 20 seconds as we wait for the last driver to possibly join before we get the green light to start. It's been an interesting race. 10 laps, everybody must do one joker. The first corner is always the most challenging just due to the number of cars trying to get around the same corner at the same time, it would seem some days. Wayne.
Yes, it does, certainly does. We've got the field looking close to being set. We're just waiting on one car.
Yes, it might
be set for a start now.
And here we go, the engines start roaring. And as we watch the lights start to go down and off they go. They take off and in a small flurry of smoke there. It was a bit of argy-bargy heading into the first turn. You can see that car 3 certainly made a mess of the car that was behind next to him at the time. He's certainly taken charge into T1, but responsibly holds off enough to let the cars through. As we watch car 5 now, and now Travis takes the joker. Travis is leading this race. Always smart to take the joker first, but a number of them have followed him through, taking advantage of that early lead and trying to get as much clean air as possible. As we see Jake following these two battling cars who are coming down the straightaway, and looks like our leader still remains as Andrew as they cross the line.
Yeah, so Sollenberger looks
For the
like he's
first
got a good
lap,
start.
eh?
Got a good start there, and on to Player in second, off Logu in third still.
And yeah, he's certainly just in touch with the pack. He's had a bit of an issue on that corner, as we can see. There's not maybe able to slow down. Number 5, Jake, has certainly taken advantage of that and slipped on the inside to get over the jump. And now, as we see him take a little bit wider in that corner, he certainly made up some time, I think, position-wise. He's got a good lead ahead of the car behind him now as he heads down to the main straight. His first lap was the Joker. And as he crosses at a time of 47 seconds, it's not too bad considering the traffic that he had to deal with. As we watch Atan on his roof, he's had an incident. We'll go back to a bit of a replay of that and see what happened there. Looks like he may have... See what happens here. Looks like he gets into that one okay. He's just taken... We're waiting... Am I right here in saying this car's about to flip over, Wayne? Are we watching a replay?
Yeah, we're watching a replay at the moment. Well, I am.
Yeah, I can see what's going to happen.
Yeah, on the jump.
There we go. Yes, unfortunately for him, he has really made a shocker of the jump.
And we are back live with car 2.
Travis. Yes, Travis hooks into the T1 there, coming down off the oval. And he gets a nice, beautiful straight line towards the next set of turns. As we go back to Ignacio in position 6, he's certainly carried some speed through that corner, but unfortunately car 9 in front of him held him up a little bit. He's looking to try and get around him, and he certainly gives him a bit of a thud for his worries. He sends him into the Joker. Hopefully that is the only time he's been in there so far as he goes over the jump. I love this view. It's you can see how the suspension works on these machines as we slip around, trying to get as much of that bitumen as possible to increase his speed. There's more grip on the bitumen than there is in the dirt. We watch behind us. We'll just see coming into view. There he is, car 8, Oscar. He's currently in last lap across, he was in position 7. Does that change? No, it doesn't. He maintains his position with a time of 47.0. Not too bad, but he needs to be quick at that if he wants to get up the front. That can be said for everybody in the race except the leader.
It looks like the field's really starting to spread out now. We've got at least a second between the cars, and right out to 7 seconds for Delaney there. 7 seconds behind Player in second spot. So
yes, as Joey rounds the last big corner before the straightaway, and he crosses. His last lap was a Joker at 42 seconds. So this lap was a 46.3545, which is a much better speed to be going, obviously with nice clean air. And you can just see that he's just overdriven that one a little bit, but he's managed to gather it up and continue on his chase for position 3. It doesn't look like position 3 is going to slow down anytime soon, as Jake now follows and flies through the air, lands beautifully. Just managed to get onto that inside curve there, which is always good. Managed to get a bit more traction. And he makes a mess of it. He'll probably cop a slow down over that one, unfortunately, if not just lose general speed. There's a bit of action up front there where they come out of the Joker, and look at that, he's gone right over that. He will get a time penalty for that one, unfortunately. From the order of a second, he'll have to try and drop some speed somewhere. As we watch, he might even let the guy here and through. That was beautiful choreograph. This guy should be in the Holden stunt team if that ever existed ever again, which unfortunately it probably won't. That's Daniel tearing it up on the track over the jump as we watch the cars following and landing and getting sideways, and the dust is flying here at Phoenix. We watch the Rockstar car getting a bit too wide, and which allows our number 5 Jake to get inside and really take that position on. He was in position 6 before. This might see him in position 5 now as they cross the line and head into their 8th lap. He's still, yes, he has. He's attained his 5th position as we ride alongside. And we're now with Daniel following Jake, trying to make up that lost time or that lost position. Hang on to your seats, folks, because this jump is going to get a bit wild. Does he clip that? He missed that one. Up he goes. You can see the suspension, how good it is in these vehicles. And he tries to really bring it around, get some lateral speed on this corner and try and get underneath Jake. Does he do it? We'll see by the end of this. Looks like we've got somebody a little loose in front of them though. Doesn't look like it has managed to take Jake. As we head into the 9th lap. I believe Daniel has Joken. He has Joken on the 4th lap.
Oh, and they're still going on with it here, Franklin.
Daniel is...
Daniel's Charmonti there getting the raw end of the stick, I'd suggest, from Franklin.
Yes, well, it does happen.
And we've got Castro coming up close as well to Franklin, I think they're in car 8. Oh, it's all on. He's
currently running an... yes, as they come around down for the straight. We have Joshua bringing up the rear, unfortunately, as we watch the Rockstar car, and now we watch Purple Beast, car 8, who is Oscar. Oscar's looking at getting his 7th position increased.
But it's all about this man, Travis
and here he comes,
coming around to take
crosses the line. A very clean race from him to be able to get out there and stay out in front. A bit of clean air always helps, which is where a good qualifying time when he comes into it for these guys. It was a great race, so it's great. They're great cars to watch. The rally cars are one thing, but these cars are another thing entirely. They're so wild, so loose, and at the same time they can handle it. They can jump over just about anything. As the boys congratulate each other on a good race at the end of that. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, well, they've still got them coming over the line. This is Charmonti coming in to take 8th place. Rutherford there in the 10 car. Looks like he's got a bit of steering damage. He's been waggling a bit there. Rutherford in 9th. And then Adahan Offlaglu in 10th.
I would suggest that Joshua's been battling by his lap times. He's been battling that damage since lap 1. He had a pretty long lap 1. I would suggest he probably came to grief.
So anyway, that's your race results there. I'm still a lazy man and haven't fixed that overlay up properly yet, but that's what we've got, guys. So Sollenberger first, Player in 2nd, Penner in 3rd, Danley in 4th, Castro 5th, Apis in 6th, Franklin 7th, Charmonti in 8th, Rutherford 9th, and Offloglu in 10th. Sorry, Adahan, if I got that wrong.
Just watching Rutherford, he got absolutely rolled over several times on T1 in the first, which explains his unfortunate position at the end of the race. Thank you, Wayne.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, that's been Digital Global Racing's random broadcast of the Rookie Series Pro 2 light trucks here at Phoenix Raceway. We hope you've enjoyed it. As we've said previously, you can find us on Twitch, Mixer and Facebook when we're live, and then we upload a clean video to YouTube not long after that. So yeah, feel free to hit our website, digitalglobalracing.com, and check out what we're all about. Leave us a donation if you like, or certainly go and buy some merch. We'll see you again next time.